Alright, so now I am in the Dialogflow CX web console, and this is what you see. You'll see a screen similar to this when you're creating your bot. And I do recommend that you choose a single project and create multiple agents under that same project, because you do incur some type of limits. You do have some kind of limits as you are using your Dialogflow / Google account. And making sure that you have multiple bots under a single project, make sure that you maximize the number of projects which are allotted to you. Alright, so now I'm going to create a new agent, and I'm just going to call it Wendy. And let's I don't want to change anything here. Let's just go ahead and save it. And notice that as soon as I do that, you're just taken to this start page, and you see this thing called the default start flow. I'll just walk you through the list of things that you see here, although I would say that you don't have to really understand everything that you see on the screen right now, and we will be going over a lot of things in detail at a later point. So for now, the first thing you see is that there is such a thing as a default start flow. Okay, and what you see here is the start page, and also see that there are two more pages. And in the case of Dialogflow CX, pages they represent states. It's similar to the states that we saw in the state machine for the vending machine diagram that you saw before. So you have these predefined states, the start state, and if you scroll, rather you hover over it, you'll notice that it says when a flow initially becomes active, this page becomes the current active page. Once again, don't worry too much about what it means when it says the current active page and things like that. Just know that as soon as you create a new bot, you will have these three pages show up by default they are just added to your agent. Okay, and the default start flow is your I would say the visualization of the set of pages that you have. A flow is actually you can think of it as like a set of states. Okay, now let's click on the start page, and notice that it has an intent route. Actually, there is just a single one. If you were to click on this, it will say add intent route, which indicates that you can have many of them here. And you have condition route and event handlers. So I'm not going to go over condition routes or event handlers at all in the first set of videos. We'll be concerned only with the intent routes. And you can already see that there is a default welcome intent. And let's just go ahead and click on it. And what you see again is quite a few things, and a lot of things that you don't really need. Okay, so there is the intent name, which is called default welcome intent. And if I were to click on edit intent, you will find that it's going to open this list of training phrases, which you have seen many of these before. Let's just go back to the previous view. And then there's this condition. I want you to ignore it. And then you have this fulfillment, which just provides the response from the agent. Okay, and then you have a bunch of things after that, which I want you to ignore too. Now let's go ahead and just test what we have as it stands. If you were to just say hello, you can see that it comes back with a response which was already provided in the default welcome intent. Okay, and you can also see that it points out that the default welcome intent has been mapped to the user's training phrase. So that's what we have to start with, and over the next few videos I'll be modifying this bot to add a lot of things that we saw in the vending machine flow diagram.